Good evening to you all. Let us begin the session.
Happy
Should we
evening,
start?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
By this time, we have been discussing the role of a leader in the context of organizing an institution or in the context of organizational context behavior. In that context, we are talking about different theories of leadership, and our discussion was about contingency theory. So, what is the contingency theory of leadership? In contingency theory of leadership, the success of the leader is a function of various contingencies. What are the contingencies factors? Put together in the form of subordinate juniors, task, activities, actions, and group variables. When you are working in a group, team spirit, cooperation, all these are required. Therefore, in terms of these variables, we can talk about whether you are an effective leader or not an effective leader. Therefore, we can say contingency theories are a class of behavioral theory that contains that there is no one best way of leading, and that a leader style that is effective in some situation may not be successful in others. It is obvious. For example, sometimes as a leader, for example, you are the headmaster or headmistress or the principal of an institution, you know that how to manage your members. Somebody must be punished if he is not working properly or she is not working properly. Somebody must be praised for the good work. So therefore, the factors to be adopted by the leader is depending upon the situation or depending upon these factors. Therefore, we can say that the basic assumption of this theory of contingency is that if the leader's ability to lead is contingent upon various situational factors, including the leader's preferred style, the capabilities and behavior of followers or workers, and also various other situational factors. That means that leader is effective leader if that leader is considering, combining his own attitude, his own behavior of the other workers, and the situation where they are working. Contingency means putting together. So therefore, these factors are to be considered. What are the factors? One is the leader himself or herself, her behavior, his behavior, the behavior of the workers, followers, and also the situation in which the leader is performing or working. So these are all related to each other. Therefore, according to Fiedler, he believes in this contingency theory of leadership. He says that the performance of the leader dependent on appropriate matching of leader and situation. That means as the situation varies, so as a leader you have to vary. You have to change yourself. Sometimes you are rigid, sometimes you are flexible. That depends upon the situation. I have given you many examples. For example, a teacher is very sincere. So once he or she is late, so you should not be rigid in that case. You know that he is very sincere. This reason or for that reason, he or she is late. So you excuse. Then if you are excusing, then that teacher might feel, oh, this my head as a leader is very considerate. So you work for him. Those who are always late, those 70% of days are late. So you would punish. When that teacher says that that teacher was late, but you did not punish him, now you can say that is none of your business. You know that every day he is sincere, but every day you are insincere. So therefore situational. Uh, Therefore, the teacher can become effective If the relationship between leader and followers are good, appreciable, amicable, and the degree to which the task is well structured, we are related to each other. Not that we have some personal vested interest. We are together to achieve the common goal of the organization. Therefore, we are working as a team. So therefore, according to Fiedler, uh, he talks about, he has identified the least preferred co-worker, which can be scored by asking them first. How can you know whether least preferred co-worker has the score of this or that? What is the scoring procedure? The scoring procedure is that by asking them first to think of a person with which they worked that they would like to least to work with again. So therefore, if you are not liking a man, you will not like to work again with that. So therefore, in that context, Fiedler is talking about, he has identified three factors. So what are the three factors in relation to leadership? One is your leader-member relations. Another is task structure. Another is your position power. So in terms of these three, Fielders talked about the contingency theory. If these three factors are matching together, then you become an effective leader. What is leader-member relation? As it is, you can know. So leader and the members. For example, headmaster is the leader in the school, principal in the college. There are other colleagues, lecturers, or teachers in the school. If there is no relationship, that means you are not effective. You are not talking. You are not having the good relationship with others. You are not cooperating like that. So therefore, the nature of interpersonal relationship between leader and follower expressed in terms of good uh, 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 good through poor, that determine your leadership quality. Then another factor is task structure. So the nature of the subordinate task described as structure or unstructured associated with the amount of creative freedom allow the subordinate to accomplish the task and how the task is defined. For example, I have given this in some cases. For example, you are a science graduate or you have science background. You are a BEd. When the headmaster feels that I will prepare the routine, and you are given the subject like the subject like English art subject, then it is not a comfortable zone for you. Now you can request the headmaster head. You are the leader. You must know my competency, my capability. I have science background. Why did you give me the subject like this and that in Odia and history, English to teach? So I cannot do the justice. So therefore, task structure is more important on the part of the leader. So leader has to decide who can do what so that the goal can be achieved effectively. Third is position power. Sometimes the head says, I am the head. What as there is a Odia proverb, Brahma bili bili hele beda. Whatever the headmaster says, that is final. No, it is not like that. You are in a position, but in a very democratic way. You must take the decision by asking the people. So therefore, the degree to which the position itself enables the leader to get the group members to comply with and accept. That means in the group, if it is decided, then you have to accept it. So it is none of your business. We have to consider uh, the people, their opinion, so that they will take you to their confidence. So this is your contingence theory. That means the leader, the followers, and the situation must be considered so that the goals of the organization can be achieved. Then you are that man who is heading, that is, he or she is a good leader. Another is your another is your situational theory of leadership. Situational theories propose that Leaders choose the best course of action based upon situational variables. So situation varies. For example, as the headmaster, you must open your school in the morning or in the day. From if morning, from how what is the timing of schooling, like that. For example, this is my experience. When I was reading in class 5 or 6 in at the elementary level, because in our area, Monday and Thursday, that is the market day. On Monday and Thursday. So the school was mostly closed. The teachers were there, but no student. Hardly 1%, 2% students were there. Most of the students, they are going to attend the market as a customer or as a seller. So now this has been reported to the higher authority. Then it was decided, let the Sunday and Saturday be opening day. Sunday is opening day. Sunday will be opening because originally it is holiday. So it was decided by the educational leader because there are no students in our area. So Sunday will be opening day, Monday will be closing day, Thursday will be half day, and Saturday is the full day. So Saturday, Sunday, the schools was opened, but Monday and Thursday mostly closed. It is situational because the situation demands so. Similarly, in some areas where there are rivers, in the rainy season there is flood. So you have to close the schools. So therefore, a leader is he or she who can consider these situations. Similarly, in some cases, if those who are working at the elemental level, we have midday meal system. Sometimes you have to report how many students have attended the school and they have taken their midday meal. But actually, in tribal areas, when I was the principal in Koraput DFCT, I have seen um, the number of students participating in the school may be 80, but their brothers, their sisters, younger brothers, elder brothers, they are not enrolled in the school, but they come for midday meal because they are very poor. If the headmaster said no, you will be taken into consideration. You will be beaten, you will be misbehaved. So therefore, as a leader, you have to adjust to the situation. But if you say to the higher authority, they will say, what can we do? You manage. So therefore, a good leader is that you can become good leader if you are managing your situation. Uh, for example, in this context, Hersey and Blanchard, they have talked about four factors, four type of behavior. One is your directive leaders, coaching leaders, supporting leaders, delegating leaders. These are the four types of leaders based upon the behavior. So directing leaders, those who are directing leaders define the roles and tasks of the followers and supervise them closely. Now you have been assigned the work. The who will give the work? Your head. Now the leader will supervise to what extent you have been successful in your working. So decisions are made on by the leader and announced. So communication is largely one way. Now the head, your communication comes from the head. So he decides. Another type of leader is coaching leader. What coaching leaders still define roles and tasks, but seeks ideas and suggestions from the followers. Now, the leader will assign you work, but he 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 takes your suggestion. Are you feeling well with this role, or should you think that I should change? So it is better. This is how two way. Then supporting leaders pass day-to-day decisions such as task allocation and processes to the followers. The leader facilitates and takes part in decision but control with the followers. So every day decision is changing. Every day you are taking decision. the decision is not, as a leader, the decision is not made for a month, 2 months, 3 months. So every day, day wise, because the situation varies. Today, what is happening, tomorrow it may not happen. So how can you make a prediction and plan? The last one is your uh, uh, delegating leaders, distributing like that. And delegating leaders are still involved in the decision and problem solving, but control is with the follower. Now, head has no control. Now the followers, the workers, they control what to do and what not to do. The follower decide when and how the leader will be involved. That means the involvement of the leader depends upon the decision of the followers. For example, you are the teacher. You will decide whether the headmaster will be involved or not. So this is how we can say situational theory of leader. Another theory is behavioral theory. Behavioral theory of leadership. What is this behavioral leadership? On the basis of research, it has been concluded that a systematic analysis of behavior patterns of persons in positions of leadership was made. So before you are going to make a decision, we have to systematically analyze the behavior pattern of the workers followers. Therefore, in this context, uh, we have two factors. One is your initiating structure, another is your consideration. So these are the two parts of your behavior which must be considered while you are talking about leadership. Now, what is this initiating structure of leadership behavior? The initiation means beginning. Initiating structure means making efforts to establish well-defined patterns of organization, channels of communication, method and procedures of work, and to specify the relationship between him means leader, him and members of his group. Now, who as a leader, you have to take initiation. You have to begin. What to begin? You have to begin who will do what. So how to do, where to start. So you have to take leadership in the decision. Another is consideration. What is this consideration? Consideration refers to the behavior indicative of friendship, mutual trust, you must believe, respect, warmth in the relationship between the leader and member of his staff. For example, as I was telling, for example, a teacher, it is the rule of applying CL. For example, you know that you can apply for 50, you have a teacher is entitled for 15 days CL in a particular academic session in a year, and it is a rule when you are going to take the leave before 3 days, you have to apply and you have to take the prior permission of the head. It is a rule. But who knows what will happen today? For example, you are on the way and you face an accident. So application for leave before 3 days is not possible. This is exceptional case. So therefore, the head should consider. Now, over phone, you can you or your relative can convey that this is a situation. Now the headmaster can, okay, no problem. When you come, you can apply. So that is friendliness, that is consideration. Now, and when your stock deal talks about system oriented and person oriented dimension of leadership behavior. In the context of behavior of the leader, Stockdale, he talks about system oriented and person oriented dimension of leader behavior. Two. So what is system oriented? So let us discuss. System oriented behavior is consisted of 6 type of behavior. So he talks Stockdale Stockdale talks about two types of leadership behavior. One is system oriented, that means your situational, your system, institution, system oriented. Another is person oriented, as a teacher, a human being. Let us come to the system oriented behavior. There are 6 dimensions. There are 6 types of behavior under system oriented behavior. One is product emphasis, that means outcome must be considered more important. You are a teacher, the head wants that you should complete the course in time, the students should secure good mark. This is a product emphasis. Second is initiating structure. So all these are under your system oriented behavior. This is the behavior the leader expects. Initiating structure, what is that? Establishment and clarification of roles, setting standards, assigning tasks of others, telling them what is expected of him. Now the leader will tell the teachers or the workers that this is your responsibility, this is your duty, this is what you have to do. So therefore, the beginning is made by the leader. Another system-oriented behavior dimension is your representation. What is that representation? It entails acting as a spokesman of the group, publicizing the activities of the group, and speaking for the group. So now you have to publicize, for example, the result publication, for example, government notification, for example, the chief minister had declared tomorrow as a holiday for the Puri Satra Parikrama. Now, some teachers might have not known. Now, as the head leader, you can make telephone call that tomorrow is a holiday, don't come to the school, like that. Then, third is role assumption. What is that role assumption? Active exercise of the leadership position as opposed to surrendering it, exercising authority, assuming responsibility. You are the head. If you are very lenient, very amicable, very friend, or too much of friendly, then no teacher will respect you. No teacher will obey you. So therefore, you must know that you are the headmaster. I have the role. I am something like that. So you must feel that. Then persuasiveness. You have to persuade others, convince, maintaining cordial relations with the superiors and exercising influence with higher authority. So how to maintain relationship with higher authorities? Also maintaining a relationship with the followers. Then and these are the six. These are the 6 type of behavior which we expect under your system-oriented behavior dimension. Let us come to person-oriented behavior dimension. Also, there are 6 sub-tests of behavior. What are those sub-behavior? One, first is, tolerance of uncertainty. Now the role of the leader is to assign you some task. The head or the leader knows that it is very difficult, may not be, but he encourages you like a measure to the soldiers. So therefore, tolerance of uncertainty means leaders' ability to accept postponement and indefinite without becoming anxious or upset, waiting patiently for results. So we must wait. So let us tolerate without sometimes we the teachers without knowing the consequence, we say, oh, it may happen, it will happen. Now the head man said, no, it is not published. It has not been published. How could you know that this result is very poor? So let the result be published. So we must tolerate. Second is consideration. Leaders' regard for comfort, well-being, status, contribution of followers. Some teachers are contributing more, some teachers are contributing less. You must, as a leader, you must consider this. Third is tolerance of freedom. That means permissiveness. You must permit. Sometimes you tolerate. You know that it is not good, but sometimes we tolerate and allow. Demand reconciliation. What is that? resolving complex problems efficiently, dealing with conflict demands. So there are many demands. Some teachers say like this, some teachers say like this. For example, uh, one teacher will be deputed to, for example, one teacher of your school will be deputed uh, to the to the participation of some course. Five teachers will say, will apply. So you have to decide. Now you have to convince that this is the purpose of this seminar. You are not having that qualification. You are not the appropriate man. So therefore, I have decided that man. So you have to do like that. Then integration, maintaining a closely well-knit group. So team building. Then predictive accuracy. What is that predictive accuracy? You have to anticipate, able to anticipate outcomes, interpreting trends. So on the basis of the present situation, you can interpret what will happen in future. So therefore, that is also, we call it visionary, futuristic outlook. In also under your behavioral theories of leadership, we have managerial grid model. This grid model is a behavioral leadership model developed by Black and Mouton. This model identifies 5 different leadership styles based on the concern for people. Concern for people means relationship, cooperation, like that, and the concern for prediction, task. So one is relationship, that is concern for people. Another is concern for production, output, or that is a task. So therefore, on the grid is read like a normal graph. What is grid? Just like a normal graph, axis, horizontal axis, and your vertical axis. So in this graph, the first digit signifies x-axis, the second is y-axis. Now, if you have your material with you, in page 17, it is there. Now, you can say on the horizontal axis, it is your concern for production, task. In the vertical, concern for people. So now, who is an effective leader? The effective leader expect. This is the behavior. Expects. Sometimes concern for the people and concern for the production. So he tried to manage both. So therefore, it is first is improverist management upon repetitive lessons leadership. Here, leaders in this position have little concern for people. Lesson means authoritative. So no concern for people, only task. Second is country club management. So what type of leadership is here? Managers or leaders in this position have great concern for the people and least concern for the production. So people are more. That means these kind of leaders, they have more human touch. Man is more concerned. Life is more concerned. Friendship is more concerned. Not output, not production, not task. Another category is authority 9.1. 9.1. That is, you just see the graph 9.1. Authority compliance. Managers in this position have great concern for production and little concern for people. That means whether you are suffering from fever, whether you have some personal work, the headmaster, the principal, they do not bother. When you say, sir, I have some problem, I cannot do. No, you have to. It is your task. Otherwise, I will write for you transfer. Something like that. Means least concern for people, least concern for the relationship, more concern for the production, most concern for this is the task you have to complete. I don't know, like that. And 9.9, that is 9.9, horizontal axis 9, vertical axis 9. So these are two variables. One is your concern for production and concern for people. So at the apex of both sides, team management. That is what we call team management. This style of leadership is considered to be ideal. Why? More concern for people, more concern for leadership, more concern for task. Such management have great concern for both people and production. So 90% here, that is 90% for concern for production, 90% for your concern for people. Both are considered highest. So this is the ideal situation. That means if a leader is giving top priority to people and top priority to production or task, then that type of behavior is expected to make that man a good leader. So therefore, he is a good leader. Another type of theory is your participative theory. As the name suggests, participation. How the leader is encouraging the people to participate in the process of organization. So, participative leadership theory suggests that ideal leadership style is one that takes the input of others into account. So, what the best ability in you that he will consider. This teacher can do best in dramatic activities. That teacher can do best in the field of, say, music. That teacher can do best in the sports, like that. So, therefore, one can say that the participative theory of leadership assumes that involvement in decision making improve the understanding of the issues involved. So therefore, when the people are given the opportunity to participate on the basis of the, why do we participate? You give decision. So many, when the teachers are given the opportunity to participate on some issues, so they will give the decision. So now on the basis of the decisions given by different followers, colleagues, you can take the decision. Therefore, another is your management theory. Management theories known as transactional theory. It is otherwise known as transactional theories. Focus on the role of supervision, organization, and group performance. The theory is based leadership on a system of reward and punishment. If you are doing well, a reward. If you are not doing well, you are punished. So this management theory is based upon the principle of assumption of reward and punishment, so that the organization can be facilitated towards achieving the goal. And another is your relationship theory. So, what relationship with whom? Relationship theory is also known as transformational theory. Change. Transformational theories focus upon the connections formed between leaders and followers. So, how as a leader you are able to make connection between you and with your followers, with your workers. That is more important. Therefore, these leaders means these transformational leaders, they motivate and inspire people by helping group members see the importance and utility of the task. Transformational leaders are focused on the performance of the group members. So more focused how to do better the group performance. So we have our own experience. There is a saying. Every teacher, for example, what is the saying? Every teacher has a teacher behind. Means if you are a teacher, if I am a teacher, it is because of the encouragement of any teacher. Not necessarily the teacher doesn't mean classroom teacher. Maybe your father, maybe your mother, maybe your friend, maybe your brother, maybe your anybody. He or she might have inspired you to become a teacher. Therefore, you are a teacher. Therefore, you till you die, you remember. Oh, that man has encouraged me to become a teacher. If I am something today, if I am standing on my leg, thanks should go to that friend or that man who acted upon who acted as a guru to me and has shown the right path. So therefore, for example, you have passed matriculation. In your village, there may be an engineer, there may be a doctor, there may be a teacher, there may be a cultivator, something like that. Now you are approaching different people. Different people say different things. For example, the engineer might say, "Oh, you are good in mathematics, so you should read science. Then you should go for engineering. If you are not doing well in biology, then the doctor in your village, he will not suggest you go for medical line. He can say, oh, you are not doing. You have not done well in biology. So mostly medical science is based upon biological sciences. So better you are very good in mathematics, physics, something like that. Better you can try for engineering, something like that. So now, when you have joined on the basis that course on the basis of that man's suggestion, after and when you have completed the course, you will remember, oh, it is because if I am an engineer or if I am a teacher, it is because of his suggestion, it is because of his direction. So therefore, this relation theory says like that we have to give some direction to the worker so that they can complete their work. Now, we are talking about leadership in general. Now let us come to our teachers. The teachers, not only they are teaching, the main function of a teacher is to teach. For example, can you tell me what does your Kothari Commission say about the education process about India? Can anyone tell me the first sentence of Kothari Commission? Can anyone of you? Do you know? No. The first sentence of Kothari Commission was the destiny of India is being shaped in its classroom. So this is the first sentence, opening sentence we can call opening sentence of Kothari Commission. So what is the sentence? The destiny of India is being shaped in its classroom. So who is the architect? The teacher. Through whom? Through the students. So in the classroom, teacher is there, students are there. Now the teacher tries to mold. The teacher tries to ignite wings of the fire. Just like as what your the then President of India, Abdul Kalam said. You are igniting, you are encouraging students, you are boosting the mind of the student, you are brainwashing the students, you are creating a mindset among the students, what to do, how to do, what is the role of yours in future in the context of motherland. So therefore, you are trying to conceptualize through the mind of the future generation, future citizen, to make your India a better India, a greater India. So therefore, the destiny of India, motherland, the destiny of India, the future of India depends upon the teacher and the students. What kind of teacher? A teacher who is very dedicated, committed, duty bound, inspiring, content wise very strong, expert. Only that teacher can become a leader, and who will be accepted by the students. Yes, he is my best teacher, he is a good leader. So that teacher can help the students to lead a life, to lead a journey through which the motherland can be a better motherland, better India, like that. Anyhow, so therefore, we have to develop teachers' leadership qualities, because the teacher is the architect of the country. The teacher can build the nation. The teacher is the nation builder. So therefore, teachers' leadership skills are expected of. Therefore, what it has been discussed here, emerging opportunities for leadership. For example, how can you develop the skills of leadership? The teacher should go for attending, the teacher should or orientation courses like that. Initial teacher capacity building opportunity. So you go for training initially when you are starting your teaching line. You must go for orientation, leadership opportunity at the institution level. When you are working in the institution, either your headmaster will encourage you or your leaders, DO, BO, they can help you. Another is professional development centers. There are different like like your RI, like your NCRT, like your NCT, all these are there. So they are organizing different programs. So you can attend 10 days program, 1 month program. So therefore, the aim of such centers could be to serve as focus locus for the teacher preparation, career long professional development, and school innovation and inquiry. So when you are going to such institution, so all these you can develop your own career and become a good leader. So in this context, Divane has given a list of inclusive list of leadership. What are the leadership skills he has Divane talked about? Number one is continuing to teach and improve one's own teaching. So where you can ask yourself, those who are teachers, the first day, the first year, second year, after 15 years, so what you were, what you are. So this is because of your continuation, your attitude to teaching. So the end you are improving. If you want, I will be a better teacher, I will be a better teacher. How I am unable to, I am fumbling, I am unable to transact the content properly. So now you can discuss, you can take suggestion from others, then you can. Then second is organizing and leading peer reviewed of school practice. Now when you are teaching, you can you can invite your teachers, sorry, your friends who are working as teachers, to take a seat in your class. Then you can ask, how, what is my problem, how can I improve, something like that. Their suggestion, friend suggestion. Providing curriculum development knowledge. So many times, most of the teachers, they are involved in curriculum development. What are the principles of curriculum development? What are the basis of curriculum development? On what basis? Philosophical, sociological, psychological. On what basis the curriculum will be developed? So you must know it. So therefore, you have to attend the classes, something like that. Participating in school level decision making. When at the school level some decision are to be made, you have to participate. When you are participating, you are a beginner, you are listening to others, gradually you are experienced. Now you can improve your leading in service education and assisting other teachers. So you must have known that the board of secondary education, or your college of teacher education, city college of teacher education, or ISC, Institute of Advanced Studies in Education, or RI, or NCRT, or your OPEPA, they are organizing a variety of training programs. Basically, we have two types of training program. One is content enrichment, another is your thematic, theme based. For example, continuous comprehensive evaluation. For example, constructive approach to learning. For example, 5E model. For example, icon model. For example, value-based teaching. For example, teaching through one's own dialect. These are new concepts. So therefore, this is your thematic, theme-based. Another is your content enrichment. You are teaching mathematics, you are a science student, you are teaching mathematical science. So your city, ISC board, they are conducting 5 days program. So you can go, your headmaster will depute you, you will come to that institution, and you will attend the training, and you will develop new insight. So that way, when you have a new insight and you come back to your school, and you are using those input for the betterment of teaching learning process. So this is how you can improve yourself. Last is you're participating in the performance evaluation of teachers. So you are participating in the different tasks. To what extent you have participated? For example, dramatic, for example, sports, for example, music. Now the leader will ask the students, the teacher was in charge of yours, how was he, how did he manage, are you were you satisfied? If they say positively, then the head or the leader is satisfied. Oh, the teacher is best. So this is how we can understand the teacher as a leader. So therefore, this unit 5 is complete. So let us come to Unit 6, that is leadership styles. So there are different styles to be adopted by the leaders. You know that leaders are the agents of change. If some changes are there in our society, it is because of the leaders, maybe social leaders, maybe political leaders, maybe scientists, maybe economic leaders, economists. So they are leaders. But in the context of our school, or in the context of our organization, there are different heads of the organization. They are the leaders. If you want to change your inner school, now the headmaster can convey a meeting, then he or she seeks your opinion for change, like that. So therefore, teachers and leaders are individuals who are able to channelize the teaching learning process to make it more meaningful and interesting. They participate in the decision making process and take initiative, organize resources, monitor progress, and help others sustain their growth and progress. So these are the basic activities that a teacher can do. So therefore, if you are not acting as a leader, your performance will not be satisfactory. Now, already I have told you what is leadership. Let me tell you a few words about that. Leadership is defined as an influencing process. Leadership is defined as an influencing process where leaders motivate the members of an organization to get the best effort and achieve organization objective enthusiastically. So definitely, uh, the leader should influence, make the people to start the work enthusiastically. Therefore, the leader should have that capacity so that the organizational goals could be achieved. For example, in your self-instructional material, Bolman and Deal, 1991, they are talking about the leadership. So, they have suggested that when people are asked what is leadership, answers seem to fall into one of these categories. So, it suggests these are the way through which we can approach who is a leader or what is leadership. What is leadership? Number one, ability to get others to do what they want. Through the power, the leader wants the thing should be done. Let the people perform so that the organization can achieve the goal. This is leadership, one way. Second is motivate people to get things done, mostly through persuasion. There are some people, they are acting as leader, they are persuading. That teachers have been, or the workers have been assigned some work. Some are lazy, some are dull, some are very dedicated. Now, those who are lazy, the head or the principal, bhai, time is not very short. Time is very short. Please do. I believe that you can do. Please. Now you are persuading. Then provide a vision, outlook. If you can do like this, it can be done. So only the leaders can do. Those the leaders who have the ability to visualize the direction which must be adopted in the context of our performance. That is better. Leadership is facilitation. When the members or workers or followers have been assigned some task, they might be facing some problem. In that context, you have to give direction. So when the teacher says, sir, what can you do? This is the problem. Now you can come forward. Oh, this is the problem. Why not you do like this? So your suggestion. So therefore, you are facilitating, making the progress. Empower people to do what they want. So yeah, leader is the source of power. You are empowering the workers. If they have lost their enthusiasm, their interest, they are feeling frustrated, then you should come forward. Oh, no. It is possible. You should take some more pen. There is no word in our dictionary. If you try, you can get it done. So please do on. Now, in the context, what are the characteristics of the ideal leader? You know, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, it has been given. You can understand. Just I am thinking the following verses from Gita, Bhagavad Gita help us to identify the character of leader. So, in terms of Bhagavad Gita, we can identify the ahimsa, satya. It has been written in English. Fearless purity of heart, steadfastness in knowledge of yoga, alms giving, control of senses, sacrifice, study of scriptures, austerity, straightforwardness, then harmlessness, truth, absence of anger, Stita prajna, renunciation, peacefulness, absence of crookedness, compassion towards being, uncovetous, gentleness, modesty, absence of fickleness. So all these are the qualities or characteristic of a good leader. So mostly the leadership qualities have been borrowed from the Bhagavad Gita. Now, theories of leadership style. One of the theories of leadership style is your laissez-faire style or delegative style. What is this? The laissez-faire or leave it be leadership is the leadership style that give no continuous feedback or supervision because the employees are highly experienced and needs little supervision to obtain the expected outcome. Here, in case of laissez-faire leadership style, the leader feels that my teachers are as good as me. My teachers are also experienced. They can manage. Why should I put my head here? So that is laissez-faire style. Then bureaucratic style. The bureaucratic leader is very structured, systematic plan, and follow the procedures as they had been established. This type of leadership has no space to explore. So leaders ensure that all the steps had been followed prior sending it to the next level of authority. So very systematically the things are done. For example, you are doing something which must be sent to the higher authority. So before that, you are doing, your head will discuss with you, why did you say like this? Will you, is it not, is it correct to communicate such fact to the minister? Like that. So then charismatic, enthusiastic, charismatic style. The charismatic style leads by infusing energy and eagerness into their team members. This type of leader has to be committed to the organization for longer. Now, as a leader, you are as a leader, you are the source of inspiration, source of encouragement. When the team leaders are working, sometimes they might feel frustration, they lose their tolerance. In that context, you should come forward and you will encourage. So that is your charismatic, and enthusiasm will be provided by you. Then the autocratic style of leadership. In the case of autocratic leadership, we could say that the leader has been given the power to take decision, having total authority. This leadership style is good for employees that needs close supervision to perform certain tasks. When an employee has been given the task, you know that he is not much interested, but he has to work. So therefore, you have to closely observe. Therefore, you should show your authority how to complete the work given to him. Then another is your democratic and or participative style. Freedom is given, something like that. Autonomy is given. You are given to the opportunity to experiment. That is participation. The democratic leader means that even though you want to listen, you want to listen to your team's ideas, you as the leader will study those ideas and will make the final decision. So you listen to everybody, but decision is yours. If you feel that this is not good to achieve the organizational goal, then you can reject it and you can think of other alternative. Then people oriented, the people oriented style. People oriented leader is the one that in order to comply with effectiveness, efficiency, support train and develop each person in increasing job security. Now, here, your as a leader, your interest is to encourage the people to for doing their task. So therefore, you can improve his efficiency, you can improve his effectiveness, you can support, you can train. As a leader, you can do all this. Then another is your the task oriented style. What is this task oriented style? Task oriented leaders are those who focus on the job and concentrate on in the specific task assigned to. So here the leader sees he doesn't bother for your problem, personal problem. So he wants or she wants as a leader that you have been given the task, you have been assigned the task. I want that it should be done well. So nothing more, nothing less. So task is more important. Another is the servant style. A servant leader is the leader that facilitates goal accomplishment by giving its team members what they need in order to be productive. So the team you are working, all you are working. Now here the leader will feel just like a helping hand, servant, not an authority. So now he will be very friendly. He will help you as a supporting hand. Another is transactional style of leadership. What is that transactional style of leadership? A transaction leader is the power given to certain person to perform certain tasks and reward or punishment for the team performance. It gives the opportunity to the manager to lead the group and to group agrees to follow. So now here the leader has to sometimes give the punishment if you are not doing well. If you are doing well, you will be given the reward. So therefore, it is the power of the leader. So power is given to the leader to evaluate, rectify, and train his or her subordinates. So that goal of the organization can be achieved. Uh, Another is your the transformation style, change. The transformation style. A transformational leader is the one who motivates his or her team to be effective and efficient. Communication is the basis for goal achievement. Now he will change. He will change the mindset of the group members. So communicate every time he is communicating, making relationship, interacting. What is your problem? How much you have progressed? Why not you progress? Uh, your progress is not as per expectation. So therefore, the leader can bring some attitudinal changes or the problems, then they can proceed ahead. Then another is your environmental style. What is the style of leadership? The environment leader is the one who nurtures group or organization environments to affect the emotional and psychological perception of any individual's place in that group organization. Here, the leader uses organizational culture to inspire the individuals to, uh, to develop leaders at level. Sometimes because you are working as team members, so when the leader find that some of the members they are not working, they are creating problem, therefore the psychological or there is some psychological problem on the part of the workers. Therefore, in that context, in order to improve the in order to um, improve the emotional state of mind, mental state. Sometimes some members they are frustrated, they are tensed, they feel that they feel very inferior, self-esteem is neglected, something like self self-esteem is not found. So in that context, now the leader as a leader should come forward. Now he will encourage for so improve the environment, psychological environment, frustration. Oh, it is not possible, something like that. Then the situation style. The situation leader is the leader that uses different leadership styles. There are different leadership styles. So the leader will not accept all. He will choose that leadership style which is most befitting for the context. So therefore it has been written, the situation leader is the leader that uses different leadership styles depending on the situation and the type of employee that is being supervised. So now the leader knows his followers, his colleagues, his team members. Therefore, situation and the tempo of the followers, that will be taken care of by the leader, and accordingly the appropriate style. There are many styles of leadership. For example, environment style. For example, transformation, transactional, task oriented, people oriented. Out of this list of different styles of leadership, which style is best for X, which style is best for Y, means teacher or leader, sorry, or followers, is best, that you have to decide. So according to the situation, the leader will adopt the appropriate style of leadership. So this is what your the situation style. Now with this background, let us come to leadership style vis-a-vis along educational institution. So how it means how leadership style affect the or relate is related to education institution. Definitely from your common sense you can say, if the leadership style is effective, it will help the educational institution to achieve the goal. So let us see. Leaders in the education system have the ability to transform, change the system. Generally, leaders in the education system can. So these are the things the education leader can do. Set the pattern and guide outcomes of cooperative action. When the people are working in together in team, he can guide educational programs, but rely on shared decision. He can guide, but the leader believes that my members can do. This is the belief. Give common understanding to common purpose and goal. So now, when there is some misunderstanding of the goal to be achieved, now the headmaster, the leader will come and clarify. Give common understanding to common purpose. Then produce cohesiveness without which cooperation is impossible. Sometimes among the team members, there might be some misunderstanding. Somebody might in the member in the group, some member might feel superior, might not be behaving properly. So if this is happening, now you can come forward and mitigate the situation. So you can bring cooperation. Then communicate with all concerned personnel with a sense of mutual understanding, mutual loyalty. So we must be committed to our task. We must commit dedicated to our institution where we are working. That will be encouraged by the leader. Generate enthusiasm for project. Definitely interest. It is your leader who can develop, who can motivate you. Then resolve the differences. So when there is difference of opinion, he will resolve. Lead by example and inspiration. So when there is some problem, the teacher will, the head will, the leader will give example. For example, if a blind man can do this, why not we? We are the normal people. If a man who has no legs can do like this, if that can go Himalaya, why not we? So nothing is impossible. It is possible, but we have to have a mindset. So it is said, impossibility is impossible is a word which is found in Fool's dictionary. Some teachers are there. Now you can say, no, is there anything which will not happen? It will happen. It will happen, but you have to try. Try and try, boys. You will succeed. So there is no failure. Failures are the place of success. Try. So therefore, it is like that. Now, what type of leadership? What type of leadership style is important? So therefore, how can you measure the leadership style? So a questionnaire has been given. Therefore, it is you can see there are as many 30. There are as many 30 questions. Through these questions, when the people have responded properly and we score it, we can find These are the different style: authoritarian style or autocratic, participative style or delegative style. So these are the three basic styles of leadership we can come to if we develop, if we adopt this leadership style prepared by and standardized by Donald Clark. So you can also make use of this when you will be doing your dissertation work. For example, you can take leadership style of teachers. You can make use of it. This, there is no problem. So this is how we can say leadership style is very essential in the context of our educational situation or educational management. We have seen there are different styles of leadership, and the leader who can transform by developing appropriate attitude among the workers, that kind of leadership is essential, and that is known as transformational leadership. So now let us discuss how the transformational leadership help us in the educational management. Therefore, we can say this transformational leadership develops a vision among the team members with a future vision so that more effectively we can achieve the goals of the organization. Therefore, transformational leadership, transformational leadership inspires followers to trust the leader, to believe the leader, to take into confidence, perform behavior that contribute to the achievement of organizational goals and perform at the highest level, high level. So transformational leadership occurs. So when it will happen? How can you say that such leader is transformational leader? So transformational, this is the answer. Transformational leadership occurs when a leader transforms or change his or her followers in the three important ways. So what are the three important ways? If the leader is changing you in these three areas, then he is a transformational leader. With that together result in followers trusting the leader. So one is the leader should be trusted. The leader should be believed. The members of this team, they will accept that leader. For second, performing behavior that contribute to the achievement of organizational goals. That means those whatever you are performing, if that performance will lead to the achievement of organizational goal, then he is a transformational leader. The second quality, second dimension. Third is being motivated to perform at high level. Now, if you are not motivated, if you are demotivated, forget about doing something, you will not do anything. So therefore, we want high level performance. So that high level performance is possible when you are motivated. Therefore, transformational leaders increase subordinates awareness of the importance of that task. Subordinates means those who are working with you. If you are the headmaster, your teachers. If you are working as the principal in the college, your colleagues, lecturers, readers, like that. So therefore, they are your subordinates. And it is your duty as a leader to improve their awareness regarding the importance of the task. So you must sensitize, mind their colleagues, mind their teachers, mind their fellow beings. So you should be very sensitive. Unless it is completed, it is done, will be taken into account. So like that. Then second is make their team members aware of their needs for personal growth and development. So as a leader, you must encourage your colleagues to improve personally, then develop and better performance you can show. That is accomplishment. And motivate their team members to work for the good and organized. So also we have to motivate them. So now in this context, one of the major factors responsible for the successful management is your institution in where the leadership is expected of. Now the question arises: what is leadership? How leadership can influence the education system? How institution can how institution can improve through leadership? These are more important issues in the context of educational management. Therefore, changing perspective of educational management, as you know, because of the demands of the situation, the education institutions are goes on changing. So therefore, we have to be sure about the need of the people, need of the society, need of the generation. So therefore, a focus on a result of performance output is to be taken care of. A decentralized management environment which better matches the authority and responsibility. It is not only that you are a leader and you have power and you have authority. No, also you must know your responsibility, how to encourage the people who are working with you, how to motivate them. Also, this is your responsibility. A greater focus and provision of choice for students and other parents through the creation of competent and participatory environment. Always, as the leader, you should allow participation. Maybe parents, maybe students, maybe teachers. Accountability: if you are doing wrong, you will be punished. If you are not, if you are doing better, if you are doing bad, you can be rewarded. So accountability for results or performance. Your if your performance is not satisfactory, you will be punished, like that, or vice versa. Now, because we find around us there is change. Change is the basic law of nature, and therefore, due to how does that change come? It is because of the effect of globalization. Now we are in the global village. So what is that globalization? Globalization means integration of economies and societies through cross-country flows of information, ideas, technologies, goods and services, capital, finance, and people. That means what is happening around you? We are all Indians. We cannot close our eyes. We must open up ourselves. We must see what is happening in the educational pattern in America. What kind of new things that has come to the education system of Russia. So therefore, what is happening there, we must also accept. So therefore, not only in the field of education, in the political system, in economics, in agriculture, in industry, in medicine. So therefore, the influence of other countries you can find in different sectors of life. Therefore, cross border integration. What is cross border? We are cutting across India. We are going out of India. Our border is this. This is India territory, but we are going beyond. That means we will not be only contented with our Indian situation. And also, no country is independent, either in terms of economy, either in terms of industrialization, either in terms of uh, uh, socialization. So therefore, we have to depend on other countries. For example, nowadays in India, we are talking about constructivism. What is constructivism? Constructivism is a philosophy of learning. The fundamental postulate is: how do the students learn what they learn? How do students construct knowledge what they construct? This is simple the postulate. So this has come to India in around 90s, around 90s, just 10, sorry, around 90s. So 30 years back. But it has been in America 70s. That means if it was happening in 70, they were talking about constructivism in 70. After 20 years, 1919, that's 1990, after 20 years it has come. That means we are lagging behind. So therefore, if we do not accept what kind of changes happening here and there in any field, then we will be lagging behind, because we are a member of the globe. So therefore, globalization we cannot be away from globalization. Particularly in the field of higher education, we can see the World Trade Organization (WTO). The World Trade Organization is considering a series of proposals to include higher education as one of the concerns, ensuring that the exchange and sharing resources of higher education. You must have known now, some days back, 10 to 15 days back, our education minister, Union Education Minister, Mr. Pradhan, Odia, Dharmendra Pradhan, there are some memorandum of understanding (MOU) between our IIT and foreign IIT. For example, Indian IIT Institute, Indian IIT of India, it will have its campus in America, it will have campus in Philippines, something like that. Also, exchange programs. Now new things are coming. They will be invited. American scholars will be invited to Indian situation, Indian higher education. Indian scholars, they will go there and they will learn. They will see their context. Also, therefore, there is free exchange of information that way. Free exchange of knowledge. You must have known uh, National Knowledge Commission, NKC. National Knowledge Commission was headed by Sam Pitroda, Odia, from Mayurbhanj. So he talks about Pentagon of knowledge. Pentagon means different sides. So knowledge at different sides. For example, access to knowledge, use of knowledge, formation of knowledge, use of knowledge, application of knowledge. So therefore, and also governance of knowledge. So therefore, you cannot remain just isolated from those changes which are happening around you. For example, during the COVID-19, in the beginning, the doctors, the physicians, they are declaring that COVID is incurable. It cannot be cured because of the biological organization in America, outside, not Indian. In the beginning, they started doing research work. Now they have declared. Now India also has done. We have declared that COVID can be cured. It is curable. How? It is because of your research. So therefore, we have seen how American biological institute they have done this. Then we have developed and we have done our. So in the context of Indian higher education, in Indian context of ground reality, decades of under investment in education have created. If you have, I do not know what I have no idea. Do you know the new education policy, National Education Policy 2020? Have you gone through? कि जाइছো पढ़िছো কি? National Education Policy 2020.
Yes, sir.
Achha. How many parts are there? 4. One is your school education. Another is your higher education, second part. Third is your tertiary education. Education other than this. Fourth is your how to make it happen. Fourth part, last part. How to make it happen means the different suggestions made by the framers. If they are to be implemented, then funds are required. They have suggested that by India nowadays, the Indian government is spending 4.6 something like that, 4.1 or 2 something like that on education. So now they have suggested 6.7 or 8. If the different recommendations made by suggestions made by the framers of new national policy on education policy, then our funds will be raised on education. So the percentage of fund of GNP should be increased from 4.2 to 6.7, 6.4, something like that, so that there will be something in education. Therefore, because we live in knowledge society, now we talk about, because of the globalization, we talk about digital world. Now we are talking about a digital divide. What is that digital divide? Those who have access to digital facilities, those who do not have. For example, in tribal areas, hilly areas, remote areas, there is no internet, so they cannot be exposed to that. So therefore, when we are talking about a knowledge society is based upon globalization, based upon digital situation. If India is not much ahead of this your internet, so electric, like that, then nothing will happen. So therefore, uh, uh, according to Dede, one of the most important attributes that distinguish leaders from managers is vision. Leaders create and convey compelling images. How our reach is much less than our potential. It is in the context of globalization, the leaders should not act as managers. They must open up their eyes to see what kind of changes they are happening. Managers are based on powers. Leaders are on foresight, vision. So it is your leaders who will envision, who will make an envision of the situation, what is happening here and there. Now, we must conceptualize leadership. Leadership means ability to do all this. So therefore, leadership has three inevitable components. What are those? A leader, followers, and a situation. Definitely, if I am a leader, I am leader for whom? For a particular organization, for a particular people. So these are the three elements of your leadership. Then, regarding functions of leadership, already you might have known. Still, then I will repeat. It is there. Uh, One is set goal. For each organization is has some goal. The organization is set up. The reason being is the goals are there. So these goals are to be decided. Then second is your organize the institution and design program to accomplish the goals. If not only just formulating goal is sufficient, setting goal is not sufficient. Once the goal is set, then what are the modalities? What are the strategies? What are the ways through which we can achieve that goal? So that leader can think of. Then make policies. For example, say midday meal. So how can we do this? Say for example, universalized education. What are the policies to be adopted? For example, midday meal is one policy. For example, say mobile school. Let the school go to the student. In my time, we were going to school. Now, because time is changed, it is globalized world. We are committed to universalized education. If the student is not coming to school, let the school go to the student. So therefore, you must have heard in Kashmir. In Kashmir, there is boat. They have boat school, because in the boat they reside. Those poor people believing in some um, boat boat journey. They are using boat for the travelers, for the people from other countries, and earning money. So therefore, the teacher will reside with the boat, and those who are in the boat, most of the people that are remaining in the boat, so they will teach there. So the boat will go here, there, where the students are there. Then give guidance and direction to the teachers. Definitely, when not that the teachers are less qualified, the teachers are more qualified, like the leader. Similarly, the employees are also more qualified. But sometimes only qualification is not sufficient. You, you require some experience, guidance. Similarly, then uh, procure, manage, and allocate resources. sometimes resource management is more important. Resource doesn't mean only money, material. So material, for example, human resources. For example, your scientists. Your, for example, in your school there is no science teacher. Now how can you manage? Does you have no science teacher? Does it mean that the students will not learn science? Now you have to make arrangement. You have written to the government, but government has not taken decision anything else. So now from the locality, if you have your students, you can request him, give uh, uh, some amount by collecting from the students, something like that. You can manage. Then create a conducive or favorable climate for the personal and professional growth. For example, many times because of the personal differences, there is quarrel, something like that. So you should not, as the leader, you should not allow. Similarly, professional development, you can give the freedom to the teachers to write poems, to write topics on different education issues, to participate in training program, so that you can also participate. You can do also courses offered by IGNOU. You must have known the IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University. It has different courses for the teachers, for the workers, for the bankers, for the nurses, different categories. Now you can do courses so you can have better knowledge. For example, for teachers, have you any idea? There is creative writing, that is your uh, certificate course in creative writing, 6 months. Guidance counseling for 1 year. Similarly, creative writing, I have told, creative writing, guidance, also management, PG DEMA, postgraduate diploma in management, school management. So when you do these courses, you can have new knowledge like that. Then monitors progress, solve problems, and maintain discipline. This is most important. When there is no discipline in the organization, nothing will happen. However, you motivate the people because they are indisciplined, they will do nothing. So therefore, you have to monitor the progress. You have to follow what has been made by the people, what has not been, whether the progress is appropriate or not. That you will monitor, you will look up. Represent the institution at different forums, at the district level, at the block level, or at the state level. For example, you can take your student to participate in debate. Oh, if one of your students got a prize, oh, from which school, something like that, your school is renowned, become renowned, something like that. So therefore, these are some of the functions of leadership. Then styles of leadership. One is your uh, leadership styles have been discussed in detail. Earlier we discussed. Now we can some other additions are there. Traditional leadership style. What is that traditional leadership style? It is the kind of leadership which we have been following over centuries. Traditionally, the teacher, the leader will say, "Do this work. This is your duty. You have to complete like that." Facilitative leadership. Those who are democratic, who wants transformation. So, in this style, the leader uses facilitation techniques to encourage discussion. That means you have to use soft words, you have to tell, you have to encourage, you have to give direction. So that means you are facilitating. If they have some problem, it will be facilitating, something like that. Now, we have also different new leadership theories. We have already discussed. Now, one is systemic leadership. Now, systemic leadership theory. What is this systemic leadership theory? Systemic leadership is a concept that is based on using general systems theory to leadership. In this theory, the accountability is built to a holistic level. That means uh, when the people are working, when the followers are working in a cooperative manner, so who is doing what? You have been given the task. You are assigned the responsibility. To what extent you have been able to complete your assignment? If you have not done, you will be told, you will be aware of that. If you do not take care, then punishment will be there because you are accountable. That is your systemic system. related to system. Another is a transactional leadership theory. So the main idea of transactional leadership is based on the fact that when a job or the environment around the followers fail to create and maintain due motivation or satisfaction, the leader will take action through clarification and explain. Sometimes you clarify, sometimes you explain if the work has not been, if the assignment has not been done by the workers. Therefore, we can say this leadership is based on the transactional or interactional leader uh, motivates the followers to act as he or she expects them in exchange for a reward. Since it is based on exchange of services for various kinds of rewards, transactional leadership is sometimes called bartering system, exchange. If you do, you'll be given reward, like that. So therefore, this is transactional leadership. Last is your transformational leadership. Change. Transformational leadership is the process that changes and transforms individuals. For example, very negative attitude towards work. Now you will convince him, persuade him, he become positive. Those some teachers in some workers they have a negative attitude, you make it positive. Some have lethargic attitude, very slow. Now you make them active, something like that. Transformational leadership involves assessing followers' motives, satisfying their needs, and treating them as full human beings. Now you have to make assessment. Before you motivate them, unless you know what is the problem with them, why they are not motivated, how can you motivate them? So therefore, you have to motivate them. Now, in table 1, page 45, change in the how leadership is changed. That has been given in the table 1. For example, from the period of up to late 40s, the theory was we were doing the theory, trade theory. So leadership, what is that trade theory? Leadership is the leadership ability is innate and linked to personal qualities. Those who are personally qualified, qualitative qualities are there, they become good leader. This belief was up to 1940 or 14. Then after 40 to 60s, what kind of leadership we accept? Behavioral theories of leadership. What is that behavioral leadership theory? What is the theme? Best leadership is associated with behavior and style. Behavior and style of the leader, that is more important. Then from 60 to present, 60 to present, two are there. One is situational contingency, depending on situation. That is, leadership is affected by the context and situation. Also, power and influence. Leadership is associated with the power, position, or just like autocratic. Then 70s to present, cultural and symbolic leadership theory. That is, leadership is management of meaning. Now you are managing. You are using your power that that makes it meaningful through the performance of the people. When the people who have been assigned the work, they are doing because you have the power. You are controlling their behavior. You are if the work is not finished, you are giving punishment. So therefore, you want let the work be done by the people. Then 80s to present, cognitive theories. What is that about leadership? Leadership is a social attribution. So social welfare, social attribution. Through your leadership, you can change the social structure. Then from 90 to present, new leadership theories. Leadership is linked to organization building and transformation. Nowadays, we are talking about transformation, change. That change can take place through the workers, through the employees, when the leader gives proper direction, encourages, boosts imposition, boosts and enthusiasm, like that. So therefore, that transformational leadership is more important. So therefore, in that context, we can say the idea of transformational leadership was developed by James MacGregor Burns in 1978. He founded the theory of transformational leadership, extending the transactional leadership. Now it is the extended version of transactional. Only the thing is that the leader will encourage the workers to bring the changes in the organization. So therefore, transactional and transformational are two separate poles in the construction. Then types of transformational leaders. One can the Burns model. This is a model. The Burns model of transformational leadership described several type of transformational leaders. So what are the different transformational leadership we can discuss? One is intellectuals. So leader devoted to seeing ideas and values that transcend the practical needs of all. With all intellectual leader, there is a higher moral purpose and vision. That means the leader must be an intellectual. So using intelligence, he can try to transform the situation at the organization. Another reformer, a leader of reform movement that requires the participation of large number of followers to achieve. Reform leader can transform part of society to realize high standard of. That means those who are social reformers, they are the leader. They are the social leader. They can bring changes in the society, and we can lead a better life. Then revolutionaries, a leader that may ask follower for the ultimate sacrifice for the greater good of all. So for all, sometimes we say all are okay. So all is okay. So therefore everybody should feel well. So while a reform leader may work towards improving one aspect of society, so social reformer, they are working for the welfare of society, but in one direction. But the revolutionary leader asks for changes to the whole society. So revolution in the whole society. For example, green revolution, white revolution, like that. Charismatic hero, charismatic. This is the ultimate form of a transformational leader. The charismatic leader is viewed as a hero among the followers. So this is the best one. He is the hero. Why? Through his by using his abilities, he can motivate the workers and bring changes in the organization so that we can achieve our goal. So therefore, uh, uh, what are the qualities of the transformation leaders? This has been given by Screamed Home. One is vision, having ideas and clear sense of direction. Second is charisma, arousing others, enthusiasm, faith, loyalty. Third is symbolism, identifying heroes, offering special rewards. Now you will give some award those who will do work. Empowerment, helping others to develop and perform. Intellectual stimulation, gaining the involvement of others by creating awareness of the problem. And another last is your integrity, being honest and credible. So therefore, these are the characteristics given by. Also, there are high self-confidence, ability to articulate the vision. So you must be visionary, futuristic outlook. No, otherwise, how can you risk-taking attitude? Then use of unconventional strategies. So transformational leader, they don't stick to, they don't believe in conventional way of doing things. They will take risk to experiment and adopt new practices. For example, smart class. So this is an example. Perception of leaders as change agent. So unless you feel that it is through us, we can bring change, nothing will happen. So you are the change agents, like that. So therefore, similarly, the basic characteristic of transformational leadership theory may be found in the following four dimensions. What are the four dimensions of leadership theory. One is ideal influence dimension. So, what is that ideal information dimension? Ideal influence dimension. Here, the leaders put the others' need before theirs. So, we must consider everyone's need. Inspirational motivation dimension. It is related to abilities and properties of the leader, such as forming a future image, a future outlook, challenging the followers by setting high standards. When the followers have done something which is not having high standard, you can say, no, no, it is not very high standard. Our change is very, at the global level, this will not work very well. So we must think of high. Then individualized consideration dimension. So what is that individualized consideration dimension? Here the leader has a developmental tendency. Always the leader wants let we grow more from the present situation. Then intellectual motivation dimension. It consists of behaviors which help enhance and improve the followers' skills and abilities. Always the leader wants that the workers' abilities and their skills must develop. So this is how transformational leader can help. Now, transformational leadership. What is the role of transformational leadership in education management, particularly in the education situation? When the organization, like any education, college, school, when that is managed in that context, how transformational leadership help us? Now, Lion Toss 1992 talks about there are three fundamental goals. One is helping staff develop and maintain a collaborative and professional culture. That is more important. If you want transformational, if you want as a leader to transform your organization, collaboration is important. It is not one man show. One man cannot bring transformation. Many minds, many thoughts. So therefore, we must work together. So each member will help everyone. Another is fostering teacher development. So that in the education situation, teachers are working. Since we are in the global world, changes are there. So therefore, our teachers should accept these changes, must understand what changes are there, which changes can be used in the school context, college context, like that. So therefore, when leaders give his or her team members a role in finding solution to new challenges or problems, they should make sure goals are explicit and ambiguous, but not unrealistic. So the situation must be realistic. Then helping teachers solve problems more effectively. What is that? Transformational leadership is valued by some, says Lithud, because it stimulates teachers to engage in new activities and put forth that extra effort. So therefore, the teachers should be helped by developing new insight, by providing input so that they can solve the problem. Now, the most important part of this uh, transformational leader in the context of education management is what strategies do the transformational leader use in educational context. So if you want to bring any changes in the educational organization, education context, so how can you do this? What are strategies? So now the strategies are given by Leontos. So what are strategies? Number one, visit each classroom every day. So how the teachers are teaching, what could be done, you can do, like said, assist the classroom. Second, involve the entire teaching and other colleagues in deliberating on goals, beliefs, and vision. Now, as the leader, you can convey the meeting and you can share your thought. You can invite the opinion of people to what extent the goal is achieved or not. If not, why not? Help teachers work with effectiveness by actively seeking different interpretation. Now, in the education situations context, when you have given the opportunity to the teacher to put for their opinion, so you must accept, and you must also enable them to justify why they are telling like that. So therefore, the teachers work with effectively. Use action research teams. So nowadays we are uh, talking about action research. Why? Through action research. Action research can be undertaken by the professionals like teachers, administrators in education. Why? To immediately solve the classroom problems. Stephen M. Covey, you are the father of action research. So there are many problems at the school level, at the educational level. So we have, if those problems are not solved, then further problems will come. For example, for example, the students are not attentive in geography class. For example, the students are not participating in debate competition. For example, the students are not health conscious. Now you make a study, but because health is more important. So therefore, action research, small piece of research, which is a branch of applied research, because we can apply the findings so that our classroom problems could be solved. Then find the good initiative and events, publicly recognize the work of staff. So when you are doing something as a teacher, how do the public community members reaction? What is the reaction? Do they appreciate you? If appreciate, it is very good. You can continue. If not, then you can change it. Then let teachers experiment with new ideas. You must have heard the teachers are doing new ideas. So that is a very tremendous task. Then bring workshops to your school. So now let your school be the place where many people are coming to your school, because your school is an ideal school. For example, in my time, my high school, it was located in the village area, but whether you are a poor student or a rich student, no, but there is no difference. All students will remain in the hostel, school hostel. If you are a poor boy, everything is free. But every day, the teacher was residing in the hostel. We are 200, 300 students. By 4:30, you will leave the bed. So all it is planned, very value based. So we feel proud of. In that area, our high school was very renowned because of this. So therefore, you should make your organization, education institution a most notable school, very renowned high school. When hiring a new person as a teacher or staff, let them know you want them actively involvement. So for example, you have no science teacher. You have requested your BODO from the nearby school, that science teacher is deputed. But if that science teacher does not take classes, oh, I have been deputed, but this is not my school, so it has no meaning. So you should be very careful. Help high expectations of teachers and students, but don't expect 100%. There is no 100%. Sometimes we say 100%, 100%. Nothing 100%. For example, those girls, women, they have the earring, gold finger, gold ring in the finger. Is it 100%? Rasagola, 100% ଛେନା ନୁହଁ, 20%, 10% ଖାଦ ଦେବ, ସୁନାରେ ଖାଦ ନଦେଲେ ତମର ଅର୍ଣ୍ଣାମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରିବନି. So we should not talk about 100%, 80%, 70%, 90%, like that. Use administrative mechanism. So when the teachers are not accepting the leader, not obeying the leader, you can write your higher authority for punishment or something like that. Let teachers know they are responsible for all students. So therefore, it is the responsibility of all teachers to take care of our students. So therefore, in the your national curriculum framework, it has been well told that teachers should take care of the students. So caring attitude of the teacher is more important. So with these words, I can say block 2 is covered, because today is the third day. Only 3 more days are there. 2 blocks are remaining. So we can complete. So another important aspect of organizational behavior is your decision making. There are many situations as a teacher, those who are teachers, you must have experienced. There are many situations where you have to make decision. For example, your school has to your school there is a letter that one student from class 9 should participate in the debate competition at the block level, for example. So there are 100 students in the class 9, there are 50 students in class 9, only one student. When you select this student, that student will say, I will go, I will go, I will go. The better is you organize a debate competition, invite the judges. Now you tell the student who will stood first, he will be like that. So this is decision. Similarly, you have to take decision. Who will get the prize? Who will get the scholarship? Who will take the book? Like that. And the question is, in which context you are going to make a decision when the choices are there. So out of many choices, you have to make decision. So now, in your this um, block three, that is all about your decision making. Now, in this decision making in education management, we have concept unit 8, concept, importance and types of decision making. Unit 9, decision making process models. Unit 10, management of interpersonal relations. And unit 11, conflict management. So these are the 5 units which are there in your uh, 4 units, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 units in decision making in education management. So let us come to first decision making. What is that decision making? Decision making is the process of recognizing a problem or opportunity and finding out a solution. When there are many options, when there are many opportunities, out of that you will decide one. So that is how you have to make a decision. So therefore, decision making is an important part of any organization and educational organization. Now, when you are making decision, what are the possible points that may be considered while making decision? For example, it is given as an example. So in the admission process, in the administration procedure, so you have to make decision regarding the followed the procedure followed so far, constituted a team having representation from all departments, collected the number and nature of course offered by the college, invited industry representatives. So now, when a student has to take admission into your organization in the college, so you have to make decision. Now, what are the characteristics of decision making? One is decision making is a continuous human process. Throughout life, you have to make today decision about this, tomorrow decision about that, day after tomorrow. So lifelong process. When there are alternative solutions, then the need of decision making emerges. Now, what is the basis of decision? Alternative solutions. There are many solutions. Which solution is best? You have to decide like that. Then the main aim of decision making is to achieve some purpose. So what is the need of decision making? So to achieve the goal, purpose, objective. Decision making is a logical process emphasized on sound reasoning and judgment. When you are making the decision, your decision must be based on certain judgment. Why? For example, when you say that student will be given free ship, scholarship, now people may attack you, people may tell you why that student not this. Now you can say this is the reasoning, this is the logic. He has secured good mark, highest mark, so therefore it is given. So you must have some logic while making a decision. Then the impact and scope of decision made by manager depends on the situation. So therefore, so situation, for example, sometimes you are allowing the teacher to remain absent without shell. Sometimes you are not allowing. Why? It is situational. Then it is goal oriented. Definitely, when there is a goal, that the goal is to be achieved. So decision is to be made how whether this will be accepted or that will be accepted, so that the goal can be achieved. Decision may be accepted in a decision making process either by a group of people or single. Either you can take or many people can take. So therefore, decision that making and problem solving, though it is interchangeably used, but they are not same. Now, it has been told here, problem solving is the process of identifying the gaps between what should be and what is, and then making concrete steps. But a decision is needed to made indicate that there is a difference between what is desirable and present situation. In the present situation, what is there? Is it as per the desirability? So therefore, if it is not in as per desirability, you are not doing that. You are not taking it. So therefore, the process of problem solving involves 7 steps. First is identification of problem. So you are identifying from your experience, develop alternate solution. When the problem is identified, how can it be solved? You are identifying, you are developing certain solution processes. Then out of many, your third is finalizing the criteria. On what basis you are going to solve the problem, you should finalize. Then evaluate the alternate solution. If that solution is not helping to solve the problem, then you can think of other. Then decide and choose an alternative. So after making judgment, then you can choose, oh, this is correct one. Then implement the alternative. Now you can make use of it. Then last is your monitor the process to check its suitable. Now continuously you are looking at whether it is working or not working. So like that. Now the decision making in the educational institution. We are mostly in the field of education. Now we must stick to the educational situation, institution. Institutions of learning at different levels are created for educating people. Definitely, educational institutions also have responsibility. Therefore, the main function of educational management is to make educational institutions more effective. Therefore, managing any education organization, whether it is early childhood education or primary, secondary, uh, higher education, yes, very challenging task since it influences many lives. So therefore, planning is a series of decisions made. So now when you are planning, you have to make many decisions. Planning is a series of decisions made to create a roadmap for future. So you are thinking of future. So therefore, for that you are planning. As a result, a good plan requires good decision making. Now, when you are making the decision, there are levels. For example, uh, wider the wider the ambit of impact of decision to be made, greater the responsibility. So this implies that variation in nature of decision. So there are decisions regarding the goals and strategies to achieve the goals, and decisions regarding implementation of the program. So therefore, management processes no subordinate goals or values of its own. The pursuit of efficiency may be so now the decision is made. It may be higher or lower, depends upon your efficiency. That has been talked about. So it is only time. We will not discuss today. So in the next class, we will discuss the different types of